Alright, let's look at an example that looks much like our last one. I've already listed out our 5 ways of showing two triangles are congruent. If we have a right triangle, which we do, we could see if we could use hypotenuse leg first. Our hypotenuse and our hypotenuse, and we know BD would have to be congruent to BD, or AB would have to be congruent to BC in order for us to use HL. Let's go ahead and label in what it says in the given. That segment BD here bisects angle D. Well, that's one of our vocabulary words. So looking down here at number 2, bisects is a vocabulary word which means to cut in half. Well, we're bisecting an angle at D, so that tells me that my angle is congruent on either side. So then I know that angle ADB is congruent to angle CDB because it is bisected by segment AD. So I would know it because it was said from my given statement. Well, if it says B is the midpoint of AC, so what's the definition of a midpoint? The midpoint, doesn't that cut a segment in half? So that would cut this segment in half. So then I would know AB, let me write that a little bit better, AB is congruent to BC. I know that because of the midpoint. Well, if I know that this angle is a right angle, my other angle must be a right angle because of the definition of supplementary angles. So I would have an angle to an angle to an angle, and a side to a side. So I could use angle, angle, side. If you wanted to, you could go through here as well and say that BD is congruent to BD, and that's the reflexive property. And then you could have used angle, side, angle as well. So either one of both of these, depending on whether you use the reflexive property or you used the definition of supplementary angles because you have a 90-degree angle, either one of those can be used to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So what I would like for you to do is you fill in the statement and the reasons and bring it to class, and let's check it in class.